ceremony is completed. Thank you for your cooperation. The graduation ceremony is the culmination of the recruit training process and marks the beginning of a challenging future for our new Marines. I will briefly explain the ceremony that you are about to see. The ceremony will begin with the company being called to attention. All guests are requested to remain seated. The chaplain will deliver the invocation, and the battalion commander will deliver the graduation address. Following the address, I will introduce the officers and drill instructors of the company teams. Following the introductions, we will honor those Marines who are deserving of special recognition. The platoons will then be dismissed, and the new Marines may join their visitors. The awards being given to those Marines deserving of special recognition are as follows. First, the Company Honor Graduate Award. This is awarded to one Marine in each company. The recipient of this award is one who demonstrates a high degree of discipline, proficiency, bearing, and physical fitness. Traits that exemplify the highest standards of the United States Marine Corps. Second, the Platoon Honor Graduate Award. The #1 Marine of each platoon will receive the Commanding General's Medal and a certificate of commendation in recognition of their superior performance throughout recruit training. Ladies and gentlemen, if you desire to take photographs, please take them from your seat or move to the rear of the theater. This ceremony is for platoons 1,000, 1,001, and 1,002. If your new Marine is not in each platoon, the next ceremony will be at 1000. We ask that you please leave the theater and wait across the street at the visitor center, so the families of both platoons graduating at this time may attend. Refreshments will be served while you wait for the next ceremony. The music this morning is presented by the Paris Island Marine Band under the direction of Staff Sergeant Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin with the company being called to attention. The guests are requested to remain seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Lieutenant Keith Adams, the chaplain of the 4th Recruit Training Battalion, will deliver the invocation and remain standing for our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the prayer offered at graduation is written by the religious lay readers of each graduating company. The Paris Island Lay Reader Program is designed to train interested recruits to assist in the worship and religious education services while in basic training and after graduation. Today's prayer was written by the lay readers of companies C and D. Let us pray. Today we give thanks for another day of life given to us, that we may rejoice and live in accordance with your will. Our experience here has taught us a great deal about our faith in you and your perfect plan. And we now realize that you would not have brought us to Paris Island if you were not going to help us get through the most difficult times. Help us to remember that your will won't ever lead us where your grace cannot keep us. We thank you for giving us so many exceptional examples to follow. Those in command over us have carefully and diligently instilled in us the honor, courage, and commitment that shines true in every Marine's heart. And we appreciate you being there for us each and every step of the way, and for carrying us through the tough times, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Gracious God, as we leave this place, we know that you go with us. We ask your blessing on all of us who graduate today. And more importantly, we ask your blessing on those who come after us. Help us all to remain always faithful to our Corps, our country, and to you, our God. Amen.
Colonel John D. Brown.
flexible you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Parris Island, South Dakota. I know you're created a little confusion out there in your minds today. These young people down here could handle it, I'm sure. So I saw an awful lot of young ladies out there wearing sundresses. We were real worried about them. But on behalf of Brigadier General Jerry Humble, our depot commander, and Colonel Doug Hendricks, our recruit training regiment commander, I want to welcome you here today to this celebration of graduation of these young men. And I want to clear up a point of confusion, because when you came across that causeway, you saw a sign that says, "We make Marines." I'm not real sure you know who we are. We are not only these recruit trainers working very, very long hours, making sure these young men are as good as they actually came out to be. We are also the Eastern Recruiting Region, those dedicated Marines in blue pounding the pavement out there in America's heartland, looking for young people who are worthy of putting on its uniforms. And we are also these loving, supporting families that laid the foundation of character and dedication that we were honored enough to build upon. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting in front of me is good evidence that we all did a terrific job. 12 weeks ago, these young men were standing on a pair of yellow footprints painted in the asphalt in front of our receiving barracks. And those yellow footprints symbolize, I think, their entire existence, because they were worried more about their own personal concerns and problems and fears than they were about the young man to the left or the right, in front of them or behind them. In 12 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, these young men have been transformed. They share a bond that's so significant, so tangible, you could reach out and touch it. They've learned the value of sacrifice of self for something greater than themselves. They've learned how to work together as a team to accomplish a mission. And these young men are now members of America's first team, America's finest, United States Marines. And you may wonder how we did that in 12 short weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a complex process. We condition them. That's not to make them fast runners. We teach them how to shoot. That's not to just punch holes in a paper target. You see, we take a multitude of basic military skills which combine to reinforce the values that we as Marines hold dear. Our core values of honor and courage and commitment. But they are more than just words to these young men. They live them for one another. They would not lie, cheat, or steal because someone says that's a bad thing. They wouldn't dream of doing it to someone who may one day give their life for them on the battlefield. They'd never give in to fear, not because to show fear would be unmanly, but because if they were paralyzed into inaction, a member of their family, someone they care very much about, could suffer the consequence. They'd never quit or give up. Not because they would be giving up on themselves, but because they'd be putting that much more weight in someone else's path. These young men now embrace an ethic we as Marines refer to as esprit de corps. Roughly translated as teamwork with reverence. Will Shakespeare, I think, necked it down pretty good when he wrote, "We few, we happy few, we band of brothers. For he today who sheds his blood with me shall be my brother." And those gentlemen now in bed may think themselves accursed they weren't here, and their manhood bought cheap, while any man speaks who fought with us. These young men chose to be with us, chose to fight with us as the United States Marines. And they didn't do it alone. They had a lot of help. Not only from the leadership of their officers and the support of their fellow recruits at that time, now Marines, the spiritual guidance of the chaplain, but significantly, that assistance to that drill instructor. These gentlemen behind me wearing these campaign covers. Rudyard Kipling spoke of them when he said, "Body and spirit I surrendered whole to harsh instructors and received my soul." These drill instructors, screened from across the fleet for excellence and soldierly skill, we bring them here to Parris Island, ladies and gentlemen. We train them to a rigorous norm which is above our standard, and that's pretty tough. So they're absolutely the world's best at what they do. Now they parented these young men, and they mentored them, But they also made them stretch. They made them reach. They brought them to the point of physical and mental exhaustion, to the point where they thought they had nothing left to give, and then showed them how to reach down and find the courage to try one more time. And they did it repeatedly. And they did it so much so that these young men, all they had to do was look to see that drill instructor had confidence in them when he handed them some seemingly impossible task. Once they had that gut check, they went right into and through that brick wall. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you win wars. That's how we train these Marines. First, I want to remind you what got you to where you are today, because you're not done. You need to continue to condition and study and grow. You are now part of a proud heritage, born in blood and sacrifice. Don't do anything to tarnish that. As you go on out into your follow-on schools and into the fleet, gentlemen, you will find that there is no longer a drill instructor hanging over you every minute of the day, telling you what to do, what not to do. You're going to be making those decisions on your own now. Both personal and professional. Both on and off duty. You make the right one. You continue to make us proud of you. You are United States Marines. You have our every wish for your continued success, gentlemen. Good luck, Marines. Godspeed.
It is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you the staff of today's graduating company. Please hold your applause until after all of the staff have been introduced. The commanding officer of Company C is Captain Scott Carson from San Diego, California. The executive officer of Company C is Captain Rod Hatter from Garland, Texas. The first sergeant of Company C is First Sergeant Carlton Matthews from Pensacola, Florida. The series commander for the 1000 series is Captain Robert Redmond from Custer, Kentucky. The series gunnery sergeant for the 1000 series is Staff Sergeant Kevin Crandall from Boyne City, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Company C. Responsible for the training of the graduates are the platoon drill instructors. Prior to assignment, each drill instructor takes a pledge which reads as follows. These recruits are entrusted to my care. I will train them to the best of my ability. I will develop them into smartly disciplined, physically fit, basically trained Marines, thoroughly indoctrinated in love of corps and country. I will demand of them and demonstrate by my own example the highest standards of personal conduct, morality, and professional skill. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce to you the Marines directly responsible for training Company C. Staff Sergeant Michael Stride from St. Louis, Missouri. Sergeant Howard Kramer from Severn, Maryland. And Sergeant Noble Howe from Richmond, Virginia. The senior drill instructor of Platoon 1001, United States Marines. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping with the slogan, once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. We ask that those men and women in the audience who have served in the United States Marine Corps, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in joining our facility. Thank you. Please be seated. Presenting the awards today is Lieutenant Colonel Brown. He is accompanied by Sergeant Major Cassian Fortune, the Sergeant Major of the 1st Recruit Training Battalion. Please hold your applause until after all the awards have been presented. The honor graduate for Platoon 1000 is Joseph Ellis from Indian Brook, North Carolina. T.S.C. Ellis was recruited by Staff Sergeant Jones and was trained by Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Demos. Walhalla, South Carolina. PSC Wobble was recruited by Staff Sergeant Dillon and was trained by Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Thomas. The honor graduate for platoon 1002 is Jonathan Craig from Douglasville, Georgia. PSC Craig was recruited by Staff Sergeant England and was trained by Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished graduates of Company C. Ladies and gentlemen, following the final dismissal, you may join your new Marine.